Manifestations do not fail. They download. The question is, will it ever happen? Most people are still trying to figure out, will the manifestation that they've been wanting, wishing, hoping, and praying for is ever going to become reality? Well, the thing you have to realize is manifestations are about getting on the right frequency. If you want to manifest something into your life, you have to get on the frequency of that thing. This is hard for some people to wrap their brain around because we're linear thinkers and we kind of materialistically think about things. We don't really understand the metaphysics behind how the universe actually works. We're talking about understanding the ancient wisdom of cymatic frequencies, of vibration, of getting on the conscious wavelength of something that you want to create or bring into your life. If you notice, I'm saying bring into, not chase. Most people have the concept or idea of manifestation by chasing after something, aggressively going after something, and making it happen. That can actually happen in real life because it happens from time to time. But the true way to become a master at manifesting is to learn how to have a conscious thought, take action, but action without chasing, action with purpose, action with specific frequencies, and allowing that manifestation to become attracted to you. That's the real trick. When I say get on the frequency of that abundance or that thing that you need or want to manifest, it's about understanding exactly what that thing is. So, for example, if you want to manifest a car, something as basic, right? A car. We understand that how do you get on the frequency of manifesting a car? What does that mean? It means your mindset in between these two temples. The ancient temple, the ancient of ancients. Okay? In between here is where your consciousness is now isolated in a focused beam of energy and conscious thought. You're focusing on this car. You would like to have this car, but what frequency are you projecting for that attraction? If you understand exactly what kind of car, make, model, color, what type of wheels, alloy wheels, steel wheels, what type of interior, leather, pleather, plush, what type of stereo system, what type of exhaust. All these things, you should know every single minute detail of the vehicle that you actually want to put in your driveway. And then when you get onto the meditation part of it, the manifestation meditation, where you're meditating as if you already own the vehicle. You see yourself driving the vehicle down the street. You see yourself going to your friend's house and your relative's house and show off the car and say, hey, would you like to take a spin around the block? That's the actual meditation. Living it as if it's already happened. Now you're collapsing realities into existence in a multidimensional platform. What happens on the multidimensional platform collapses into third dimensional reality. Everything around us in the third dimension is collapsed into this dimension through conscious thought. If we didn't have that capability, there would be nothing here. We would be walking around butt naked, no cars, no houses, no anything. We wouldn't even be here because we wouldn't even be able to feed ourselves. Okay? So with that being the case, we have to understand that we are the source of manifestation. We are consciously emanating frequencies into the universe from conscious thoughts and from our vocal box that are telling the universe exactly what to do, what to do in terms of holding the mirror up and reflecting it back at us. So if you want to get on the frequency of the car and you're saying things like, I hope I could, one day I might, I'm gonna try, I'll give it my best, I don't know, but I hope this thing comes, I hope I make the down payment, I hope I can come up with the money, I'm broke right now, I just need to get this down payment. All these thoughts and vibrations, they are not on the frequency of that new car. They are the opposite of the new car frequency. They're the complete opposite. So when I say get on the vibration of what you want to manifest, this is how it would sound. I claim this vehicle. I already own this vehicle. As a matter of fact, this is going to be my red Toyota Camry with leather seats and a phenomenal engine, 5-liter engine with dual exhaust pipes, alloy wheels with the low profile tires, and a great sound system. I'm looking forward to playing my Bluetooth adapter in this vehicle so I can play the music that I like instead of listening to the radio. Those types of words and conscious thoughts are on the frequency of the vehicle. because I haven't said one thing about hoping, wishing, praying, might, if I could. I claimed it and I spoke on it as if I already owned it. That's getting on the frequency of what I want. And because I'm on the frequency of it, I'm matching it, and the universe will mirror that back to me. These are ancient wisdom principles that I'm talking about. This isn't New Age stuff. This is ancient knowledge, and the ancients knew about it. They understood that time is an illusion. And so one thing that people get hung up on is, when is it going to happen? When is this going to happen? I've been working, I've been wanting to get this for 6 months, a year, 2 years. Yes, sometimes things do take time. Sometimes things will take more time than you would like. That's a fact. However, if you're so hyper-focused on the time frame in which something will manifest, you could be pushing it further and further away, because chasing time is just like chasing the manifestation or chasing the money or chasing anything is no good. It's all about attracting. How about bending the arrow of time and have it point back toward you and put you in the timeline and the right time in the right place and the right axis to attract that thing into your life? You see? We're living in a fractal holographic matrix made of light, and time is an illusion, an arrow that we give so that we can navigate this third dimension. Okay? But time doesn't exist. Clocks exist. So when you begin to wrap your mind around that from a higher thought pattern, you begin to realize, maybe I have been trying to force this by hyper-focusing on time. Hyper-focusing on time is not going to make it come any faster. The recipe is always going to stay the same. Conscious thought multiplied by action equals manifestation. It didn't say conscious thought multiplied by time. Time is not in there. The time could be instant, or the time could be months, weeks, years. Whenever the universe feels that you are ready. But in the interim, you have to have the conscious thought backed by the actual action steps. Actions will include frequency, speaking it into existence. Manifestation, meditation that already claim it. Not hoping, wishing, and begging. Already claiming whatever that is. A good goal and plan laid out and written down to go after this thing via action steps. Not chasing it, but taking the proper action steps to allow it to move toward you. If you can envision, for example, you're making a dinner for the family. Okay, you're cooking dinner for the family, and there's a dining room table there. And on the dining room table, there's a tablecloth. And then you go and you take action to cook that meal. You're cooking a big pot of soup, one pot. So you cook this huge pot of soup, this soup that everyone loves. Okay, everyone loves this soup. And then you put that soup in the middle or the center of the table. And you give them one soup spoon. And you tell them that they cannot reach over with their hand. They can't chase, so they can't reach over to the pot to grab the soup spoon. You have to figure out how will you get the soup in front of you so that you can eat it. You can't stand up and lean over. It must be directly in front of you. So how will you get that big pot of soup to arrive directly in front of you if you can't touch it, you cannot lean over, you can't extend your arm? How will it get in front of you? How will you attract this pot of soup? The logical explanation is to grab the end of the tablecloth near you and pull the tablecloth toward you. And by doing that, you will attract the soup. You didn't chase the soup. You attracted it by pulling it toward you. And now once that big pot of soup is in front of you, you have abundance because you have a huge pot of soup. That of which you can't even finish the entire pot by yourself. Someone else will have to share some of that soup at the table. And they will have to pull it towards themselves. So by just using that very simple metaphor, I hope you begin to understand the concept of attracting instead of chasing. It's a simple concept, yet it eludes a lot of people. It really does. Because we are programmed to feel like we have to be actively involved in aggressively going after things versus understanding how can we bring things toward us. It goes against all of our subconscious programming, which is why reprogramming your subconscious to these new concepts, ideas, and spirituality and metaphysics is so important. And that's why I started the Forbidden Knowledge Academy, so that you can actually go in there and learn these principles, where I go in even deeper than this. There's over 100 hours of learning inside the academy. Incredible teaching that you can go in there, and also over 1,100 people, going on soon 1,200 people, maybe more than that by the time you watch this video, is how fast it's moving, that are all there to support you, that are on the same frequency that you are on and that you want to be on. Imagine having these great new concepts, ideas, and understandings about the universe and how to create your reality, and then looking around where you are local to you, in your house or your home or your office, and realizing you have nobody there that you can even talk to about this information, because they will think you're absolutely crazy. They don't even understand the first word you're saying, the first sentence you speak. You've already lost them. Now, imagine that you're in a group where there are over 1,000 people all on the same frequency as you, that want to hear what you have to say, that are vibrating on that same resonant frequency to manifest and create realities, that are going to do the same things you're going to do: affirmations, declarations, dream boards, goal setting, benchmarks, all these things, all these exercises that I give you in these workshops and training classes inside the academy. And they're all going to be there for you, to support you, to hold you up, to lift up your chin when you get down, and to also hold you accountable. Imagine that. Imagine being around 1,000 people. If you close your eyes and envision 1,000 people in the space where you are right now, imagine how many people that would be, that are all there on the same accord to support you and my coaching team and myself. That's the power of the Forbidden Knowledge Academy. Okay? The ancients knew about these techniques, and they really mastered these techniques, because they understood that chasing wasn't the way to live. They found a great harmony within the universe by attracting. And they would thank the universe, they would thank the sky, thank the sun, and thank the land for the abundance that it brought to them. Not that they ran to chase, to attack and get, although they had to take the action to do that, but they never killed more than they needed, and they only took from the earth what they needed, because they were attracting that abundance. They were able to be in places and positions where the abundance was there for them, and they only took what they needed. That's abundance. That's manifesting abundance. Your needs are met when you need it to be met. It doesn't mean, abundance does not mean that you're a multi-billionaire. That would be nice if you can handle that kind of money, because money will bring out who you truly are. If you're an evil person, it'll bring out more evil. If you're a nice person, it will bring out more nice and good. But abundance isn't about being a multi-billionaire or a multi-millionaire. Abundance is all about having your needs met as they need to be met. Not worrying where this next dollar is going to come from to pay this particular bill. Not worrying if your electricity is going to get cut off and go into final notice status and all these crazy things. That becomes a faint past memory once you join the Forbidden Knowledge Academy. Those types of things won't happen to you anymore, because now you're moving and shifting into a whole new frequency, a whole new paradigm. And if you already have money and those aren't issues, now you're going to see everything else that you're doing skyrocket and boom to the next level. Maybe the levels that you've been trying to get to but have not been able to get there, it's going to excel you exceedingly far beyond where you are right now. So it's a system set up for everyone. People looking to grow from 0, and people who are already at a particular level that are looking to get to 1,000. Now, what the ancients would do is they would pass this verbal handed down history and this knowledge and wisdom down to the next generation. They would train them from the time they were little babies with this metaphysical knowledge on the law of attraction, how to be abundant, and how to attract peace, love, and unity throughout from the universe and from the land, and to be thankful and grateful. Another thing that's missing, that I see missing a lot, is gratefulness. Being truly, wholeheartedly grateful and thankful, to feel blessed and be grateful in the moment that for what you've been given. There's a parable, and I want to speak real quick on this, because it really is a powerful parable if you really pay attention to it. Because the more I look around on the outside of this academy, I see a lot of people envious of other people's things, especially on social media. It's a huge problem. Everybody wants to manifest what everyone else has. but they're not grateful for what they do have. And so in this parable, there is a gentleman in a Lamborghini and he pulls up to a red light. And then another person pulls up to a red light. He's in a Toyota Camry. He's gawking and looking at this man in this Lamborghini, and he's looking at him and he's going, man, I wish I had that Lamborghini. And then the light turns green as they pull off. And as they pull off, there's a gentleman riding a bike. He's most likely heading to work. And he looks over and he sees this Toyota Camry pulling by, and he goes, man, I wish I had a Toyota Camry. And as he's riding his bike on the way to his job, he rides right by a man walking on the sidewalk. And this man on the sidewalk sees this man ride by, whisking by on this bicycle. He feels the wind of the bicycle and just the energy of the bike going by. He feels a little bit of a breeze it brought by him as it moves so fast by him. And he goes, man, I wish I had a bicycle like that. And as he's saying that, there's another person, a young man. He's sitting inside of an apartment, looking out of the window down on the gentleman that's walking to work. And he's in a wheelchair. He's a paraplegic. And he says, wow, I wish I could walk. So you see, we can't get into the mindset of wanting to manifest what somebody else has just because we want to have, what they say, keeping up with the Joneses. We want to desire everything that someone else has that gives us the illusion that it's better than what we have. Yes, we want to excel and do better and get better. That's a natural way to be. I mean, there's certain cars that I just don't want to drive, especially at my height at 6'4". I don't want to be in a Toyota Corolla, okay? It just is what it is, okay? At the same time, I'm going to show gratitude for what I do have. One of the key things missing, if you do want to manifest that Lamborghini, if you do want to manifest that Toyota Corolla or Camry, if you do want to manifest that bicycle, guess what? It starts with gratitude for what you already have. If you're not expressing gratitude for what you have in the moment, at the same time that you're trying to create something better for yourself for the future based on preference, then you're also going to miss the boat in manifesting. Because this universe is running on a program. It's a fractal holographic matrix. And this matrix is running on light codes. The same light codes that come out of your skull and enter into the universe in perpetuity. If I put an EEG cap on you, I can scan those thoughts and I can send your thoughts to a computer. Now they have a new machine. It's a brain scanning MRI that when you think of something, it will actually send to a screen, a TV screen, the image in full color of what you're thinking. And it's getting better and better resolution every single day. If you think we can just do that with a basic, simple computer, imagine what the universe can do with that information. It's seeing a crystal clear HD 8K video from you every time you think of something. And every time you speak of something, it's picking up those cymatic frequencies and decoding them, okay, in HD quality sound. It hears and sees everything you say and think. It understands the heart. It understands emotion, how you're emoting. Oh, you want this brand new car, but you're not thankful for one you have already. Well, we're going to give you a reason to want to keep this car a little bit longer. We'll make it harder for you to get this other car until you're grateful and thankful for the one you have. You see? The universe is a mind. It's conscious. It's very conscious because we're conscious. As above, so below. If our mind is conscious, then the universe as a whole is conscious. Something the ancients knew as well. Understanding these principles, these ancient principles, these wisdom teachings can change the way you perceive yourself and the world as a whole. And once you get to that point here, and here in the heart, everything will shift, everything will change. I'd love to bring you into the Forbidden Knowledge Academy, where I can sit there and mentor you in a way that you probably haven't been done before, teach you things you have never heard before, help you reprogram your subconscious. There are modules of teachings in there, over 100 hours of teachings and trainings, and more being added all the time. And then I go live once or twice a week, depending on the week, Q&As, directly answering your questions, as well as teaching, okay? Tuesday nights. And if you miss it, you just go in, log in, and click the link and watch it from the beginning because it's unlimited replays. It's a great system. It's a great tool for learning. And it's there for you to not only be coached and mentored by myself, but also my coaching team and your tribe, your new tribe, inside the Forbidden Knowledge Academy. So click the link in the caption of this video or this audio on the live chat or in my bio and join the Forbidden Knowledge Academy today. I want to see you in there, all right?